what's up, Jen? How you doing? Yeah, what are you up to? Hold on, we'll do the shout-out thing. Let me just make sure some stuff's set up right. You got a drop? That's fine. Yeah. People from Jen's stream, how did the Python learning go? Pretty good? Gonna lurk and try to pass out. No worries, FD. So yeah, for everyone joining... Oh, sorry. Oh, get that stretch. Whew. For everyone joining from the raid, we're gonna be rolling our own two-factor auth. I already rolled my own, like, email and password auth with password reset and all that stuff. It's actually easy, right? Verifying your account. Actually really easy. I've never done two-factor auth before, so this is my first, like, attempt at it. We scaffolded some endpoints, but we didn't like fill them in yet. So leaving off, actually scaffold the logic, maybe via comments for this endpoint. But we have the libraries that we need. Right, we got the QR code library, we got OTP auth as well. TOTP. Yeah, I don't like WebAuthn. I don't like passkeys. So yeah, we're just going to be doing TOTP. I'll do passkeys eventually, but I don't think users have adopted them enough for it to be something I want to do yet. I just don't think it's worth my time yet. But TOTP, I think, is 100% necessary because this is financial data, right? So yeah, we're going to be implementing our own TOTP code stuff, right? So that way we can scan a code, get it into our phone app, and do something with it. I believe we have added the fields we needed to some of our models, but I don't think... I'm not certain that we have the right indexes for it yet. We'll have to verify some of that. But I think just trying to build out these endpoints first. That way we can initiate the process with Insomnia or curl or whatever and start scanning things. I think that'll be worthwhile. So yeah, that's our current plan. Man, I actually, if you had just arrived maybe 5 minutes earlier before I started streaming to YouTube and Algora, you would have bared witness to the craziest thing I've ever seen. But I'll just pass you all the link instead. So basically, the first, like, minute and a half or so of Childish Gambino's This Is America syncs up perfectly with Call Me Maybe. It's kind of insane. Go ahead and watch that on your own time. Let your mind be blown. And we'll see you back here in a sec. If you're like me, you might even tear up a little bit. Because it's that good. And probably from just not blinking. All right, so yeah, here we go. Make sure user hasn't generated already. Create a secret key. Store the secret key. Generate the recovery codes. Store the recovery codes. Generate the base 64 image. Boom. For a recovery code flow, we've got a little bit of that here. So yeah, the last part, we need to work on the validation logic. So our next step here would be validate the MFA code. Return token. So yeah, we have the outline of what we want to build here. Let's actually start setting it up. Now we can't really do the validation part until we have our generator set up. So let's do that. Oh man, the auto completion. That is not the key though. Oh, and hold on, before we do any of that. But here's the thing, we can't do a get user for it. All we can do is get tables. So instead, yep, I missed a step. We gotta fetch the user. Hey, what's up, Abdu? You're curious about what? And this is over on YouTube. That is definitely not it. Where does get user even come from? Oh. Oh, yeah, but no, get user doesn't work that way. This is closer to Express middleware, but I wouldn't say the same middleware. So these are not other lambdas. This is all just happening in this one lambda call. Then here is valid request, and the schema that we want to validate is yeah, so I don't know if we created that schema yet. So that's the part. So we've generated MFA validate request, MFA recover request. and we're actually missing one. So validate and recover are separate. Oh, and we're not sure. The OAuth flow is going to have to be slightly different. Yeah, OAuth flow just... Yeah, we'll tackle the OAuth flow after we get this part done. No matter what, we still want to make the OAuth users do multi-factor auth, right? Like our multi-factor. So yeah, once we do the OAuth part, we'll actually just generate a magic link code when the OAuth part goes through and send back just the magic link code and the email to the user, and then they would still be responsible for entering the MFA code. Yeah. So yeah, again, this generate part is going to be something like this. And I don't think we have everything we need yet, but, you know, you can only plan so much for things that you're unaware of. All right, so we do that. I need to look at my package JSON. All right, so when we look at the scaffolding, yeah, so I'm pretty sure scaffold is the part I care about. But maybe not. And yeah, how you doing, Fievel? I need to go double check my docs. Yep, scaffold is what we're looking for. Okay. Hey, what up, Space Case, Mr. Sir? All right, so let's go look and see, did our request schemas get updated? They did, and we see that MFA generate, validate, and recover are there now. Perfect. All right, so yeah, I'm good. Oh, right, so this is no longer a GET request. Yep, and that's what I was missing there. That's why it was trickier. So we do is valid request. That should get scaffolded fine. When we look at the schema, we see that there is email and magic link code. Oh, makes sense. Space Case, so at 7 p.m. Tomorrow night, me, Atoda, like anyone that's in the Fantasy Football League, we're doing our draft. And hopefully we can get it done in like 2 hours. But then that puts it pretty late for you East Coasters. Right? Like we'd be finishing up at your midnight. Now, if you two wanted to play before then, yeah, go for it. Like, I don't mind. Yeah, I'll probably try and wrap up stream around 6 tomorrow. That way I have time to, like, eat some food. Finish up my, my draft research. Yeah, Walter would be a software as a service. Yeah, it's going to be my first ever live draft. So y'all are, you know, anyone in the league with me is going to have to put up with it. I have no idea. We'll be doing it live on the gaming channel. No, so a Space Case. Yeah, if we finish up our draft and you're still up, and Atoda is still available, then yeah, I'm happy to hop into a game or two, for sure. Yeah, it's going to be on Discord. Yep. Yeah, it'll be in, like, the gaming channel. Like, the gaming voice channel. And I'll just, like, unmute everybody that needs it. Should be easy enough. Let me look at another endpoint real quick. And I need to do the attach comment headers thing too. Oh, that's right. Never mind. So this is where we pass that, and then I can do the users table thing. That's right. So we do have a little bit of boilerplate when we do that stuff. It depends, Ayub. Is it fully static? Like, technically you have to, because they don't do it any other way. Like, they have their own, like, incremental static rendering. But where are you actually hosting? Because I don't know. I think ISR is really a Vercel thing. So if you're hosting elsewhere, it's going to be different. And I would question, like, is Vercel or is Next.js the right tool for the job if you're hosting elsewhere? ISR is incremental static rendering. No, not infant swimming resource. Maybe incremental static regeneration. That's it. Not rendering, regeneration. Maybe Next does this on its own, but I'm not 100% certain. Yeah, so basically, no matter what, you're still going to have to, like, rebuild everything at the next build step, right? I don't know if it is. I think this is something you can do without being on Vercel. I'm pretty sure you can do this without it. But this requires that you're not doing static hosting. You're doing Next.js as, like a server. Right? You can still do the build, have it generate these static paths, etc. But keep in mind, this is the pages router. I don't know if you get ISR with app router. So there is this, maybe. So yeah, like, the big difference is, are you on app router or pages router? Only to a degree, though, Space Case. Now, like, check out any of the content that Dax has put out, like THXDR, the Dax Rad, or something like that. The work they do for clients at SST, a majority of their clients are Next.js users that want to self-host instead of use Vercel, and it's not as straightforward as it could be. You can do it. It's totally doable. But I believe there's, like, issues with it, especially when it comes to performance. Hey, what's up, Nang? How you doing? Yeah, Pair AI raid. And I shouted you guys out on my, you guys launch tomorrow? Nice.
In the sport of hydroblade racing, a thrilling water sport involving high-speed.
Is it signed yet?
Their greatest play occurred during the World Hydroblade Championship.
Intel will be notarized? Yeah, I'll totally try it tomorrow, for sure.
A daring double backflip over a series of oncoming waves, clinching the championship title in the final seconds of the race. This move,
What sport were you doing double backflips in?
has become a signature in the sport. Additionally, they hold the record for the fastest circuit completion at the notorious Red Ocean Track, a formidable course known for its unpredictable conditions.
Man, you're a sports star. Stream's going well. We're kind of like just now kicking into the like the coding portion. At the beginning of my stream, I do like a news crawl where I check out new stuff. But yesterday on the Get Crackin' stream, which gets less viewers, but hopefully it's like broader. We like launch up to LinkedIn and Twitter and other places too. Hopefully people saw that shout out. But basically, yeah, I started talking about Copilot and Super Maven, and then I mentioned Cursor, and then pivoted to Pair. So again, I try and stay objective. But yeah, happy to shout you guys out every chance I get. For now, until you guys totally replace them, right? Yeah, we'll see. Nah, sounds great. So what were you up to on your stream today? Oh, you gotta head out. Totally fine. I get it. Right? Like, you end your stream when you gotta get going. Otherwise, you'd keep streaming, yeah? So, totally fine. Anyone else from the raid, what was Nang up to? Just to raid me. Oh. Thank you. I mean, I'll be going for a few more hours. You could have kept going. Fixed his quota service. So when you say quota service, do you mean like the thing that I'm building? Right? Like a balance as a service kind of thing? Like you get X amount of credits per day type stuff? Or per month or whatever? Oh. Yeah, I'm building that as a software as a service. Mainly for AI tools. And hey, thank you, 4Wheel. 9 months? Ooh, what's the name of that sub, baby?
We are in the presence of greatness. Four-Wheel Gator is a renowned...
So yeah, I'm just sad that I didn't have it done in time for you guys to check it out.
Four-wheel AT
right?
Versus
but yeah, that's what we're building our two-factor auth for. Right? Balance as a
at the
service.
Swamp King
like basically a quota
where they
system.
executed a daring leap over a 30-foot wide crocodile-filled lagoon, landing perfectly to maintain their lead and eventually take the win. Four-Wheel Gator also holds the record for the fastest lap ever recorded in the Mangrove Madness circuit, solidifying their status as a legend in the sport.
Hell yeah, 4-wheel. So Hakuba, basically, we have a bot that when someone subscribes, raids, or gifts at least 100 bits, we take your username and pass it to an AI with a prompt, to OpenAI typically. And the prompt right now, hold on, I can grab that for you, is... When I tell you a username, imagine the user as a sports star. Decide what sport they play. Also describe their greatest play for that sport and create any other milestones that make sense. Try to avoid common sports like basketball or soccer. Try to opt for obscure sports or even made-up sports. Yeah, it's fun. We have some other ones too. Hold on, let me look at them. We've got a superhero one, so like when I tell you a username, I want you to imagine what kind of superhero they would be. Describe them and their superpowers and origin story while making sure to mention their name. What is obscure? Sky racing. That kind of stuff. Hoverboarding. Like, yeah, like making up sports is ideal. If it does want to call out cricket, sure. Ice skating pickleball? Sure. Yeah, supervillain's another one. And then we also have custom to where, like, yeah, if I get to a point where I can release this out to let people, like, add their own keys for OpenAI, etc., then, yeah, there's also a custom prompt. And this one is, who's a pretty kitty? Imagine the user as a cat of any kind, including breeds of house cat, lions, tigers, etc. Describe them and their fur. Give them a pet name. Also describe what they like to hunt and where they like to sleep. Yeah, kangaroo breakdancing. For sure. Could be whatever. But yeah, like the custom prompt, I'm thinking once I get the token-based thing going, this might be like a streamer tool that I use to dog food my quota system or whatever. So yeah, it's very apropos that Nang was actually working on a quota system or a balance system, right? Like a ledger, basically, because that's what we're building. Now, technically, we're building out the two-factor auth for it, but you can actually see some of what we got so far on the marketing site. You can't actually use it, right? Like the back end and the dashboard and stuff are inaccessible at the moment, but I am pretty proud of my documentation. So yeah, we've got some Stripe style docs. Eventually, this will be like other languages besides curl. And yeah, this is all programmatically built from my OpenAPI spec too. Like that part's really fun. So once we get to a point where we're close to launching, I'll start actually making like blog posts about how we built some of this stuff. And I think, just get some of that sweet, sweet SEO. But yeah, Rython, how you doing? Yeah, thanks for coming in on the raid. What you been up to lately? I don't think I've caught your stream in a little bit. And yeah, sorry, hold on. Who asked about the Next.js stuff? That was Ayub, right? So yeah, Ayub, the way you approach this stuff is really going to depend upon how you're hosting it, if you're on Vercel or not, as well as if you're using App Router and Pages Rack. Those things become a bit up in the air. Now, if you're doing just purely static hosting by doing like an actual static build, none of this stuff matters, and then you have to build anyway. But what we notice is even if you're on Pages Router, it still ends up going through like the entire build stack. Right? So that's basically how it has to work, and that's why Gatsby is something a lot of people started pushing back on, because as you add more pages, your site gets slower and slower. If you're using something like Hugo, you can do 10,000 pages in a second or something like that. So depending on what you're using to statically generate could impact the cost of regenerating everything when a new post is made. The reason that it still has to kind of go through and build everything from scratch is because it doesn't necessarily know if you've made changes. Now, there could be something you could do as far as like storing checksums, but even then, checksums are not like 100% accurate. Like there could be changes, but the checksum stays the same. It's rare, but it is possible. So in that case, are you willing to let stale content sit there just for the sake of speeding up your build? So I think that's tougher. One way to do it would maybe be to have your static site generation be aware of what pages were changed in a commit. And then it could use that metadata to decide what pages to build or rebuild. But so far as I know, no one's actually built that yet. But it sounds like kind of a fun project, so if you do end up trying to do it, yeah, we could chat about it. God, that sounds good. Okay, hold on. It's going in my list of projects. Yeah. There are only two hard problems in programming: naming things, cache invalidation, and off by one errors. Shit. Yeah, exactly. You know you liked it. But yeah, so I guess it goes in here, but incremental static regeneration at the CI CD level using git info. Right, and then in here, basically, use git metadata to determine which pages to rebuild. Intro? Hugo? Gatsby? Do any of them allow us to build single pages? You could diff that data. So for me, I'm thinking about doing this. Feels like an 11T thing. Maybe 11T does it. I don't even know. Right? And I'm not sure this is actually worth it, but I think it's at least an idea I want to hold on to. Let it evolve and stew on it in my head. If the redeploy will be triggered upon a DB event, then you can actually know which pages need to be rebuilt that way. So then it's about trying to tell Next.js which page to build. And I don't think Next.js gives you the ability to target a specific page. So that becomes tougher. Right? Like with your build command. So yeah, I'm gonna guess that now you just have to regenerate everything. That's the only way to do it. Now, again, you didn't answer the question though, IU. How are you hosting this? Is it on Vercel? Or are you self-hosting in a static way? Ah, okay. I mainly question if Next.js is the right tool at that point. Now, you've already built it, so, you know, you might be stuck, but an eventual rewrite to something that is more focused on static generation might be useful. Personally, I would build it with Astro. Assuming that, like, you're using Next.js because of, like, dynamic stuff. If you're using it just because it's JavaScript, you might consider just doing... Oh, it was a requirement by the client. Okay, gotcha. So... the way ISR works, like, and again, are you doing app router or pages router? My guess is they pushed for app router as well. So at that point, like, you kind of just have to do the dynamic thing. So yeah, this is basically all you got. Yep. All right, so back to our code. So we got our users table, which we don't need to await. That part should be fine. Oh, can we not do that? Hold on. I gotta keep looking at how I did login. Ah, that's it. See, I needed to pass that as the generic to that. So yeah, the way some of this API works could definitely be better. We've got a flaw in our user, though. And it's because we didn't rebuild our types in here. Correct. All right. All right, so we're back here. That should be built now. And this is the one we're working on. So if user has that, what's the right way to bail this out? And we want to prevent a timing attack. Yeah, that's where it gets tricky. We'll wait to think about the timing attack for now. We'll just leave it to do. So yeah, if they already have one, we do that. Otherwise, let's create a secret key. We don't have a function for that. That would be some nano ID magic. I'm actually okay with that. Oh, no. Let's do API key nano ID. So yeah, users table dot update. All right, so we need the ID value, the patch object, and then the secondary ID. Let me double check that. So if we go to... Let's go to verify here. That's where we're doing a modification of the user. There we go. It's something like that. Just do that. Oh, no. So we'll just say... No, we'll say that. So MFA secret key is that. Get rid of that. But then this part, we'll just rename it as something else, such as existing MFA secret. That is definitely not how we want to generate these. And real quick, what up, Bet Champ? How you doing? Yeah, we can just do this. So this would be const, yeah, recovery codes. We're not going to do it that way, though. We're going to do this. New array fill map. Oop. API key. Yeah. Going with zeros instead of empty string. Sure. Ooh, FPGA. What sound effect? Keep in mind it needs to be no longer than like 4 seconds. If you send me the MP3 over in Discord as a PM, then we can do that. If... That's fine. Yep. Yeah, I'd like to maybe finish hacking out this endpoint before I do it. So, yep, give me a minute too. And just in case, if it's going to take you a little while before you know what you want to do it of or whatever, then we can always refund you and you can redeem it when you actually know what you want to do the sound effect for. Totally up to you. So here's the thing. We're going to do the update later. All right, so then we update the user. If we go look at the verify endpoint here, yeah, we just let that fail if it fails, and that'll be part of just the unhandled error. I think 500 to keep from like leaking makes sense to me. So then from here, generate base64 image of URL for auth. Now we need to go look at the QR code library. thought we had it popped open. It's definitely the one. Ah, okay. All right, so import QR code from QR code. And image sync. It's not it. It's then dot to data URL, and this is where we do an interpolated string. What is that interpolated string? Okay. Let me remember where to save that to. Okay, so that should work. It'll be a while before we can even verify it. But yeah, it's like Beetlejuice, 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 or whatever, right? So that'll be a good one. Oh, see, I haven't even seen the trailer yet. All right, so Google Authenticator URL Steam. All right, so we don't want to send the key directly over. Okay. We've just base 32'd it. What the hell? Done. No. All right. So JS base 32 encode. All right, let's go look it up. What's up, Francesco? How you doing? What you up to? all we're gonna need is base 32. Well, and they even have a base 32 notepad. Okay. Yeah, we'll call this one good. What's that? Built and signed. Okay. Yeah, this one seems fine. So base 32 notepad. Ooh, hold on. Okay, so we see values outside of hex. That's fine. We definitely want to do the notepad part, though. So we would do dot encode. Cool. And then, so yeah, looking at Google. Copy that. That would be email. This would be the base 32. And this would be Walter. So then MFA QR code should be a string. Well, is the QR code library really that bad? Yeah, so they don't actually expose types. It's downloaded a lot, though. And we're not currently doing the magic link code part, which we're going to need to do. So yeah, we get the MFA QR code. What is our response going to be? Yeah, so we would want to send all of that. We don't want to send the QR codes there yet. Yeah, we want to split the generate step into 2 API requests. Because you don't want to send the recovery codes until the user has verified that they have it scanned, right? And realistically, we only need 1 recovery code. Yeah, okay, so let me go use the restroom. We're going to refactor a bit of this. Yeah, let me go use the restroom. I'll be right back. Alrighty. So yeah, we got some refactoring to do. Oh, I wasn't listening. Did it do the Beetlejuice on either of the changes? Was anyone listening? I didn't get to hear what the sound effects were. I didn't have the headphones in yet. I blew it. Let me double check just one more quick thing. double checking some stuff. Okay. Hey, all right. I can finally announce it. My CNCF hosted co-located event for the, I believe it's like the Open Feature Summit. My talk has been accepted. It was the one that I couldn't actually like say out loud because they wanted me to wait. I think they wanted me to wait for the 30th, like until they announced it to everyone. This is like the official accepted email, so I can say it now. So basically, yeah, it's not the 30th where I live, but it is the 30th according to UTC. And yeah, so the talk is titled, "Would a gradual rollout by any other hashing algorithm still smell as sweet?" It's a lightning talk, but it'll be basically that blog post that we made previously for Vexilla. We're going to be able to talk about it at the Open Feature Summit, which is pretty cool, right? Because I'm going to be talking about Growthbook a fair bit, because we use them as inspiration. We talk about their algorithm and how ours differs just slightly and some of that stuff. I'm going to see if they'd be willing to, to contribute in some way. Maybe just a plane ticket. Maybe something else. I don't know. It's only to Utah, so it's a fairly cheap plane ticket. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I got waitlisted for another talk. I don't know if I can mention that one yet. Ooh, hold on 1 second. Let me get more music going. Oh, sick. So Mike Hardington is director of DevRel at NX DevTools now. That's amazing. Yeah, shit. I didn't even hear that. I didn't even see his announcement. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, really happy for him. He's a really nice dude. All right, so what we end up needing to do is, this is going to be generate secret response. And hold on, we're modifying the wrong thing. We got to do response types first. MFA generate secret response. MFA generate recovery response. And this is the point at which we also respond with... Oh. technically all of this stuff. Hold on 1 second. Let me double check something. But yeah, what's everyone up to? Any fun plans today? I think, I'm on the fence. I'm thinking I'm gonna go to this, like, pre-PAX Twitch party. Just because they're fun. They're always a good time. Oh, and you know what? Hold on. Before we get too far, we're gonna do a quick reaction for Algora. Oh. Yeah, that's not the right place to paste that. So yeah, basically... yeah, we see an interesting application here on Product Hunt. Let's go take a look. Again, sponsored content. Keep that in mind. Not by them specifically, but Algora. We'll accept all cookies. So yeah, chat with AI to build for the web and ship faster. Go from prompt to prototypes in seconds. Iterate on a real app in real time. Own your code with no lock-in. Integrate with workflows developers love. One-click deploy to production. I mean, yeah. I'll get my vote. Why not? So let's watch the vid a bit. So I saw something about the CoinCap API. Looks like it's generating some code. You can even do a live preview. Oh, that's cool. So add a graph. Boom. Oh, that's nifty. It's kind of cool. Make the theme look like a hacker terminal. I actually like the brutalist design they have right now. I really like that brutalist design. Oh, that's kind of cool, though. Oh, man. Add a dark mode. Okay. So you can roll back. Looks like there was an error reading use effect. Click try to fix it. Interesting. Shad CN. Pretty nifty. All right. Let's see what else they got going here. All right, so we did upvote it though. This is probably the dude that was in the image. So yeah, some people using cursor and Claude. Makes sense. Yeah, a GitHub integration. That's huge. And yeah, scaffolding backends seems pretty interesting too, right? Because a lot of like the apps we build are just glue code to databases and some of those things. I think we remember seeing the Vercel and what was it, Supabase thing, where they did like the PG Lite implementation and all that stuff, Electric SQL or whatever. So yeah, like combining all that stuff together, you could spin up like indie apps really quick. I personally enjoy the building aspect, but at some point, that's gonna mean that I'm like an artisan web developer, right? You know, bespoke, farm to table. You know, the future of at least spinning up quick ideas before you need to get artisans involved is really going to be pretty prevalent. Right? At least for prototyping, doing internal tools, things like that. That could save a lot of time. Could be cool. Let's go look at their site. So here's some examples. Oh, and here's the interesting thing. You could take someone else's, like, you know, music app and then remix it yourself theoretically, right? We'd have to sign in for that. I don't necessarily want to do that yet. Ooh, palette generator. So wait, are these interactive? Oh, they are. Oh, I didn't even notice that part. So yeah, if we pick a color like red. Boom. Oh, nifty. Oh, that's cool. Yeah. You know what I'd love to see? the prompting that got them to this too, right? If it's part of the preview and all that stuff, I'd love to see like the prompt history, just to see like how they got to it. That'd be even better for like the, you know, the gallery of proving out the idea. QR code generator. Show logo? Well, hold on. I just want to see if this even works. Oh, it puts it like right in the middle. Got it. Oh, that's cool. Get Walter. Nifty. Yeah, I would love to see the history of the prompts that created those. Right, at least while it's in like the demo phase. Obviously, once they go to like a paid program, you would want to keep that stuff to yourself. But yeah, on the free tier, yeah, like it shows your entire prompting too. That'd be cool. Wait, does it actually do like proper chess rules too? Oh yeah, all right, so we can move. Wow, okay, that's pretty crazy. All right, yeah, nifty stuff. Build front end with React, Tailwind, and Vue. All right, so they make you sign in, right? Because they're spending their own credits. I get it. Sure, why not? Oh, really? It's fine. Haven't gotten the code yet. I wonder if they're having like email deliverability or just throttling. Well, it's fine. Oh wait, I guess it says we've already sent it. So maybe that's a little confusing. Like, do I have to click the send email button? Let me go check spam just in case. Nope. Well, you know, it's their launch day. They're working stuff out. They may be dealing with some throttling. Totally fine. What would the pricing look like? 100 AI edits a day, unlimited public projects. Yep. Yeah, nifty. Oh, they're hiring. This seems like a fun project you'd like to work on. You would have to be in Stockholm or London. This is their team so far. We saw Vibor over in the comments. Saw Anton as well. I may have pronounced Vibor's name totally wrong. Yeah, I don't know. Nifty. I'm not sure it would fit within my workflow, but again, my workflow is more of an artisan approach. Like, I want to have complete control over every little bit. So, yeah, it's just different goals, right? In the same way that I wouldn't take a contract for something that could probably be done with Webflow. You know, if you can use this to do it, it's probably not worth paying someone like me to make it. Which I think is totally understandable. But less technical people could at least get prototypes made. And that's pretty cool. So yeah, I hope Algora has enough to go on for that. And yeah, here's something to think about. Like, do we think there are less web developer jobs out there because some mom and pop can build out their marketing site using Squarespace or Webflow or whatever the other ones are, like Builder.io or whatever? Do we think there are less dev jobs out there? Or instead, can we recognize that there are probably more jobs once they need an actual artisan to get in there and, you know, do stuff more specifically in a more maintainable way? So I don't think it's all doom and gloom. I don't think GPT engineer is going to take my job, at least, especially now that I'm a developer advocate. But yeah, it just gives smaller businesses or bootstrappers time to at least test out their idea, see if users like it, possibly get some revenue to where they can actually like pay real engineers to do the work. So, yeah. Yeah, right, exactly. In the same way that, you know, the low-code, no-code tools didn't take away developer jobs really either. I think they actually create more. I mean, even if the quality massively improves, it's still going to need to be able to edit that code. It's still, you know, going to need someone to prompt it. Right? To the same effect, back in the 70s, they said SQL was going to take away developer jobs. Because then business people can just start writing their SQL queries. No. Definitely not. That never happened. All right, so let's continue splitting some of this stuff in. So MFA generate secret response, MFA generate recovery response. Works for me. The request types are also going to need to be split out a bit too. So MFA generate secret request. And this is then just generate recovery. Oh, and I missed a follow. Queen Carta. Thank you for the follow. Welcome. All right, so we did that part so far. It does mean that we need to go scaffold out the endpoints as well. So we've got MFA generate So generate secret. Recovery. We'll just nest it. I think that's fine. Yeah, so it's architect, but I should probably alias that to arc as well. So yeah, basically here in this arc file, this is their own proprietary format, but this is then used to scaffold things. So yeah, let me show you here over on the side. Basically, we fill out that metadata of what these endpoints are going to be. And it's going to go create those endpoints for us, right? Like the boilerplate form. So we got just generate right now. This part, I'm not sure if it's going to delete the endpoint for us. I don't want to lose all that code we just wrote, though. So I'm going to just put it there at the top, just in case. Because I can't remember if it deletes endpoints that aren't in there. So I want to be on the safe side because we just wrote a bunch of code. So then pnpm dev, we run that, and architect is going to scaffold those things out for us. Now I do want to do this so they don't leak our keys, because I'm pretty sure architect does do that. But we can go look over And see that now here in auth, we see MFA generate, which then has these two things in it, recovery and secret. And the template that it generated from is something I actually create in like a separate folder. So if we go look at that, I forget exactly where that is. Let me make sure of that. Templates. Yeah, so just templates, index, bam. So yeah, pretty cool. You can define how it scaffolds these things out. But it's then also, like, with that arc file, when we do a publish, it's going to create a Lambda for us. It's going to create all of these, like, you know, all these things around hosting AWS Lambda, such as if we're using tables, it'll set up the Dynamo stuff. If we're, you know, it's going to set up the API gateway for us, like all that. It's really cool. So generate secret here. Let's do this and start modifying things. And actually, I kind of want to just do the same thing over here, and we'll just modify each individually. And yeah, if we do look at it, generate back didn't get deleted. Perfect. We can delete that one. Oh, unsaved changes. Want to make sure we didn't lose that before we delete it. Oh, and yeah, I've meant to remove that. I'm just slacking. Let me do it now because I keep forgetting. So, yeah, there may be a language barrier, it may be a term that you don't know, but the idea is backseat driving. So if you are in someone's car and you're giving them directions, like specific stuff that they're not asking for, that is backseat driving. I've been much more forgiving about it. It's just when people start like trying to correct the code I'm writing as I'm writing it, rather than letting me go back and like modify, because it's just a different way. Not necessarily. I would say I'm not looking for help unless I ask, but there are times where it's totally worth it to jump in. I think for the most part, just assume that I know what I want to do. Sure, like, yeah. Often, it's not necessarily about just making one comment. You know, that's forgivable, that's fine. But it feels like, if it's like comment after comment after comment after comment, that's when it feels like backseat driving. Right? Yeah, exactly, right? I think there's definitely some like leeway between what is not okay and what is okay. And even like a not okay comment, as long as you're not a jerk about it and it's not incessant, then yeah, you're good. So I just removed it. It's a problem we've had in the past. I feel like people have kind of gotten a feel for how I like to do my stream. Yeah, I'm curious, like, is there like a good definition A backseat driver is a... Hold on. Oh, God. That's a bit much. Backseat driver, also spelled backseat driver, is a passenger in a vehicle who is not controlling the vehicle, but who excessively comments on the driver's actions and decisions in an attempt to control the vehicle. Right? So this is like the major part. Excessive. A comment here and there is fine. Yeah, no worries. You're not the first person to ask, so I just need to go pull up that definition when I get a chance. Or have a command for it or something. Tooltips on tags? Ooh, that could be interesting. That's not a bad idea. Are you backseating the Twitch devs? There you go. Yeah, I mean, it's tough, right? Like, how much value would they gain from it? They have other, like, features to prioritize. Things like that. What seems important to us isn't necessarily important to everyone across the platform. What's up, Archer Zen? How you doing? You're just salty over the mobile app redo. Yeah, I get it. Here's the thing. I actually think it did help. Because it's so randomized, it actually like pushes people into your stream that wouldn't normally do so. So for streamers, it's actually a benefit. As a viewer, it's not. And they may have metrics that really point out why it's worthwhile to do it the way they're doing, right? If they can just push you off to another stream rather than you just closing the app, that's a major win for Twitch, right? I think it's also maybe a little shadier in that they get to show more ads when it happens too. Yeah, I'd say so, Four Wheel. I mean, we still have some of the, like, the lower viewership days. Like, Monday was pretty low. I think the biggest thing that's helped is I've been less of a jerk. And we've weeded out some of the trolls that just really suck to talk to, that bring down the vibe of the stream and bring down my vibe too. So Walter is the product we're building right now. You can check it out at getwalter.com. Can't actually use it, but you can at least like see the marketing site, check out some of the docs. All right, so yeah, in generating the secret, we end up not needing to worry about the recovery codes, and we're only going to have the one recovery code. Oh, there's one more thing I need to do, though. We need to kill this. Oh, found 2 errors. Nope, those are fine. PNPM scaffold. This is going to regenerate our request and response schemas. There, we're going to want to validate the magic link code. We haven't done that part yet. No, so here's the big thing. We are proxying all that to an actual payment provider. All we are managing is the ledger, right? So we're dealing with virtual currency, but there's no transferring of that virtual currency. There's no refunding that virtual currency beyond like the 15 days that we have to do for EU regulations, like all that stuff. So yeah, we are just a virtual currency ledger that you can do in a transactional way or in a usage-based way. So we kind of avoid a lot of like the financial regulations, but we still want to make sure we're protecting our users, so we need two-factor auth for it, for sure. Yes, exactly. Actual money happens through someone who has deeper pockets. Yeah, exactly, right? Like every mobile game you've ever played needs to implement some kind of like balance system for whatever BS coins they give you to use in their like cosmetic store. Stuff like that. DigitalOcean basically does the same thing, where you give them $20 and when you spin up a DigitalOcean droplet, you're just deducting from that based upon how long that droplet was active or like created. Once you delete it, your usage drops down, and we just want to bill you for that amortized amount or prorated amount, etc. Yeah, I mean, AWS can do all this stuff in-house. This is more about like smaller companies that are just trying to get started, where they don't need to spend time dealing with it. We just got a raid from the creator, or one of the creators, of trypair.ai. We got a raid from them just earlier today, and the thing they were working on today was actually their like AI credit like quota system. If we had had Walter done, they could have just used Walter. Right? And then they could have been doing other stuff today. So yeah. That whole space is ripe for disruption? Yeah, exactly. I think there's a major use case for what I'm doing because, yes, Stripe billing does some of that. There's also other providers that do some of it too. But being able to abstract out that provider means that you can go from Stripe to Paddle, or I think it's Paddle, right? Or PayPal or whatever, and you're not locked in there. So, yeah, I think there's major value there. And worst case scenario, we eat into Stripe's profit margin enough that they just acquire me. That'd be fun. That would be an okay exit in my book. It'll be an acqui-hire, obviously, right? A talent acquisition. Yeah, exactly, right? So, like, giant companies like that, you know, there's definitely a couple providers doing what I'm trying to do, but they do it in like an invoiced fashion rather than like a prepaid fashion. So we're just like solving a slightly different niche. And I think by making it prepaid, it makes it easier for us to get the money up front and do all that and blah, blah, blah. Like, and it's better for our customers and, you know, like making sure that they just get the money from their users instead of giving someone a bunch of like credit basically and then having to invoice them later. Right? Like that model just wouldn't work for AI. So. Yeah, so the billing model I'm planning is basically the Chargebee billing. So, right, like for startups, free for the first 250K you make. And then from there, you know, we're taking 0.75% of the revenue. After that, you know, boom, we charge you a monthly fee. And then for each month, up to the first 100K is basically free. And then we charge you a percentage on that. And then I'm not sure how their enterprise billing works. But yeah, like Chargebee is basically the billing model that I'm going to be doing. I'm not sure if we're going to charge this amount, but yeah. Yeah, we'll have to like just crunch some numbers and see what ends up being like worthwhile, right? What people would actually pay for. I think once a game or you know, like a startup has made 250K, 0.75 is really not a big deal. But it also means that, like, yeah, because we're going based off revenue, I don't care how many users you have. Like, we can give you as many seats as you want. We don't need to do, like, the whole, like, per seat predatory billing model. Predatory is the wrong word. I just don't think it fits for this business. And there are plenty of companies that do per seat pricing, you know, in a good way, where it, like, it's the only way that makes sense for their business. Oh, I bet. Yeah. And I'd happily chat and create some enterprise deal for a business like that. Like, absolutely. Oh, man. Are you kidding me? Yeah, I will happily cut some deal where we're charging you 10 grand a month minimum and then something, right? Like, I don't know, man. I'll have to crunch the numbers and find, like, real, like, values there. But yeah, like, that could be huge. No, I'm not saying, like, come on, hook me up. No, I'm not saying that. But this is very good feedback. Here's a question, and because you don't work for them, you don't speak for them, what do you think a proper monthly rate for something like this would have been for them? I just threw out 10 grand because, you know, it was the first number that popped in my head. But yeah, don't disclose anything, you know, that would get you in trouble. Alright, so back to what we're doing here. Definitely need to validate the magic link code for generating the secret. We got rid of that other part. We update the user's record. We encode the key. We send out the MFR QR code. And yeah, so this is the part where we want to do this. So this would then be the URL, which we should do as this. Sure. Image is then MFA QR code. Nope, that's fine. That's totally fine, man. Yep. Yeah, again, sorry for even prompting you. I'm just curious. If I can ask a question, I'll usually ask. Worst case scenario, someone says no. Okay. Cool. Thank you. Okay, so generate recovery. We no longer take in the magic link code to this. And hold on. That shouldn't even be there anymore. Yes, that should have been an error. So generate secret request and generate recovery request. Yeah, interesting. Really feel like that should have been an error. But, oh well. We'll go up here and we'll fix it. Yeah, exactly. Don't worry about that part. We're trying to, like, because I work at GitKraken as a developer advocate, so trying to understand how Savabap or Salesforce Apex devs interact with Git. Just, you know, as a developer advocate, I need to understand how people might be able to use our product. I'm brand new. This is my first time as a developer advocate. I've only been at the company for like 4 months. But I feel like I'm killing it. Yeah, SVN at that time. Right, yeah, that makes sense. Because 10 years ago, 2014... Yeah, I would say like big companies using Salesforce Apex at that time would not have been moving quick enough to be Git shops anyway. Yeah, no, that makes sense. But I feel like it's maybe evolved a little bit these days, but I don't know for sure. Ooh, did I mess up my... request types? No. I just think VS Code is off at that point. That should be there. All right. So that is that, and we should be good. And this is the secret part. Now wait, hold on. Oh, so this would just be Walter. or technically here. Alright, so we'll call that one okay for now. And then when we look at recovery, this is for generating the recovery codes. Oh, right. Yeah, no, that sounds about right. But yeah, thank you for that feedback. Yeah, I'm wondering how much it may have changed since then. Maybe not at all. So I'm not at a Git hosting company. Git Kraken is a suite of tools to make Git easier to work with. So Git Kraken Desktop is a desktop GUI. GitLens is an extension that lives in VS Code with similar functionality. We also have a CLI tool for some of our collaboration features. Yeah, we make GitLens. That was basically like an acquisition, I think. Maybe 3 or 4 years ago. The creator of GitLens is our CTO. Yeah, he's super cool too. No, and I appreciate that, but I do kind of need more modern feedback to know if that's still the workflow. Oh, that's fine. I'm not worried. All right, so here we fetch the user. Make sure user hasn't generated already, but it wouldn't be existing MFA secret key. This would be recovery code. And we're only going to have one recovery code. So I think I forgot to actually fix that. Yeah, so that's on me. We still have some types to fix. We'll do another scaffold. I don't actually know where I'm driving for this SOBA event. Axis in Pioneer Square. Pen testing? Nah. That's pretty rare. It depends on the application. For what we're doing, I'm building in public, so... Right, we know enough, like, security-minded individuals that would push back if they see something majorly wrong. For this, I would definitely want to do so. I'd have to pay someone for it, though. All right, so MFA recovery code would then be that. Oh, and yep, our TSBS needs to rebuild. It depends on what you're building. I've never worked at a company that hired a pen tester. Hey, what's up, Sab? How you doing over there on YouTube? Appreciate the lurk. Appreciate you hanging out. And then this one. Here in recovery, we're not using that. That goes away. Base 32, secret key. We're not going to generate the secret key. But we do need to validate. No, we don't need to do the secret key. All right, so then this is complaining because we are missing some stuff. Right. Yeah, we just need to actually look at it. Oh, and that's requests. We want this to be response. That was the mistake there. Yeah, multi-factor authentication is not funny. You're totally right there, Seb. All right, so now the access token, refresh token, user recovery code stuff. And we messed that up still. Oh, maybe we didn't. Hold on. It's that. So let's rescaffold. Let me get some more music playing. I think that's out of date. We just have to restart the language server. But access token, refresh token, we have to do. And yeah, login here is actually going to be majorly deprecated. I have not tried cursor yet. Oh, and we're going to have so much more to omit. Now, you know what? We're going to do this. Right, we don't need to do the omit thing. We'll just do it explicitly. I like that. Oh, and this is the wrong place for all of that. Just grab that, make it a little easier. How about you? Dice, have you tried it yet? Yeah, this is our back-end code. Oh, user ID we get. All right, so we got a couple steps. No, it was just auto-completed. We're gonna fix it. VS Code doesn't do the auto import very well for those. But I would say, like, take it easy on the backseating. Like a comment like that, would you be stoked on someone saying that? Pizza will be ordered and you will be square. Hell yeah, Sneaky. Like, yeah, it'll be fun. I'm looking forward to it. It'll be my first ever live draft. I'll be eating some Indian food beforehand. Never used Yahoo? It's the only one I was familiar with besides NFL. I ran into issues setting up the league again on NFL. I forget what the exact thing was, like the login didn't work or something stupid. Like I couldn't even reset my password. So I gave up on NFL.com. Most recently, someone mentioned that ESPN has a good fantasy draft or fantasy football like setup. We could have done ESPN, but I've done Yahoo before, so I just figured might as well. All right, so hold on. Let's do a PNPM dev here real quick. Let's see if that fixes some of our other stuff. Sure. I mean, it should be pretty straightforward. If not, then there's some issues there, right? Try and just restart the extension host, see if that helps. Yeah, so we see that defined properly. I think we might just need to do like the pnpm install thing again. It's a little annoying. We do need to do this part though. No, wait, we've got validate request in there twice? That's not right. Yeah, so that's the flaw there. We've definitely updated this. Let me just double check one more time. Right, MFA generate secret request, generate recovery request, validate request, and recover request. So we got those 4. That should be fine. Generate secret response, generate recovery response, validate response. We've only got the 3 responses there, though. We're gonna need recover response to basically be this. But we haven't even built that endpoint, so like that shouldn't be the issue for these things building. And yeah, I think a few of the people in the league are maybe new as well, so we'll be figuring it out as we go tomorrow. So not a big deal there, Sneaky. That part looks good. What do they not like about this? See, recovery codes is just not there. I think it's just a flaw of the node modules. These two errors here just seem very flawed. Okay, so no, that one's fine. So recovery index.ts. Yep. Okay, so this becomes generate. We're inside of recovery. Boom. Yep. Forgot to update these. User is not going to be on there. This just ends up being with tables. So that's another thing that I messed up. And that's over in... Save that. Here in secret. And yeah, it's complaining about that because we forgot to await this. Okay, so that should fix all of that now. Let's just double check. And yeah, those are all of our endpoints. That's a lot of them, huh? Alright, so everything built just fine. Sweet. Alright. And now we see that secret and recovery are done. Now, we're not, like, fully done for the day. We need to validate the magic link code that we haven't done anything for yet. And that's basically just going to be our login endpoint. Same thing with recovery here. We're not validating the MFA code. And that's going to be through OTP auth. Login here is going to get gutted and only send an MFA code. And this, actually, recover and validate. We've got recover there. We've got validate here. So we got more work to do. And I think that's some stuff we do tomorrow. Because I'm going to go out to this pre-PAX event. You know, hopefully some free drinks, hopefully some free food, and maybe a band at this Twitch pre-PAX event. So should be fun. I'm going to head to that tonight. No gaming session tonight, depending on what time I get back. Shamello, thank you for the follow. We should probably go raid someone now, huh? But yeah, we knocked some stuff out. I'd say we're pretty close. We get those 3 endpoints done, right? We've got 2 of the 5 so far for this whole like magic link flow and other stuff. Once we validate and test the magic link flow, we can delete the deprecated password stuff. So yeah, it should be good. Who do we think is streaming right now? Yeah, exactly, Sab. Who's a pretty kitty? Ooh, we see Lana going. I don't get a chance to raid Lana that much. So yeah, she's doing some 3D modeling. I don't think I've seen her with a green screen before. Cool. Yeah. So, we're gonna go raid Lana Lux. I will see y'all here tomorrow. I think we can probably finish up and get to testing this part tomorrow. So yeah, multi-factor auth from scratch. It's not that hard. Once we get the multi-factor auth going, we're gonna want to get OAuth going. That'll be fun. Wait, is she raiding someone now? Whatever. Anyway, I will see y'all again soon. We're going to pause the music. Later, Algora and YouTube.